guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Telepathy, the best podcast on the interweb. Said no one ever, but it's okay.
So true. We literally get reviews every second of the day that are like, telepathy is the best podcast ever. Like, why are there other podcasts?
Right, like why do y'all
You
even?
know,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
So we
our
just,
our 4.9 star review on Spotify went down to 4.8. I'm
who,
like, who didn't like it? Which one of y'all?
who,
It's okay. We
shout out
accept.
to whoever gave us a low review.
Honestly, shout out because it's kind of funny, but also like what didn't you like? Ugh, it's okay. We
Yeah.
accept
Let
all
us know.
opinions here. Anyways, today we are bringing
Do
back
we?
our beloved series that actually has one episode. So this is the second episode in our beloved series,
Yay.
Yap and Recap. Or is it Recap and Yap? I can't even remember. That's how.
I think it's Yap and Recap. What was the last one about? Was it Declan McKenna?
No, it was like, oh, maybe it was. Oh, yeah, it was like the Nicki Minaj concert and your Declan McKenna concert.
Oh yeah. Well, I was thinking like when we met Declan McKenna, which I guess
Oh,
that was kind of a Yap and Recap before we
before she got her
called it
name.
Yap and Recap.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we're doing that because we have some stories and some experiences to share from Los Angeles. I'm home now. Anna's
Yay.
still there because you literally missed the flight. Like you didn't come home with us.
Yeah. I I went to go get like something at Starbucks at the airport, and I thought it was like really close to our gate, so I just like kept walking to it, and then eventually I got there, and then I looked down at my phone and I was like, it was literally 20 minutes that I had been walking, and then we were boarding in like 10 minutes, so I didn't make it back in time.
Yeah. And actually, like me, Kirk, and Carolina, and the pilot of the plane, we were like, oh my gosh, like Starbucks out of all places. And then we took off without her.
And the pilot of the plane.
Yeah. We were like,
Okay, yeah.
no, don't do that. But anyways,
Funny story. No, okay. If you're new here, that was all a lie.
yeah.
I am living in LA for the summer, and I was humble enough to welcome Enzo and family into my humble abode.
Yes. And it was really fun, but we'll get into that. But first, we need to do our camp question, which is Anna's turn to come up with it because we do like summer camp icebreakers every episode just to fill the newbies in. Shout out to the newbies and shout out to the old bees and the returning bees.
Yes. So many shout outs to post on the stories this week, which I still haven't started that segment, but maybe we will.
So true.
So yes. Camp question today is slightly on theme. Well, really on theme. What
Ooh.
is your favorite Disney ride?
Disney World or Disneyland? I don't know.
Either. It can be either.
Either? Okay. Hello, I'm Enzo. I'm 17 years of age. And I think my favorite Disney ride is probably, well, I guess like Splash Mountain, like the structure of the ride, which I haven't been on like the Tiana one yet because I haven't been to Disney World literally in like 11 years, I think. And then it's under construction at Disneyland. So I'm also going to give an honorable mention to Space Mountain because that was so fun. And I think the Disneyland I might like better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but that was super
The
fun.
Space Mountain at wait, you mean the Space Mountain at Disneyland you like better, or Disneyland in general you like better?
Oh, I think the Space Mountain. Honestly, it's been way too long since I've been to Disney World to compare, but yeah, I definitely like
Yeah.
the Space Mountain or yeah, Space Mountain and Disneyland I think is better, but also I'm judging off of like 5-year-old Enzo's perspective of Disney World, Space
Yeah.
Mountain.
It's weird. So I went to Disney World like 3 months ago, and then Disneyland this weekend, and um I I think I don't know, I like the structure of the Space Mountain here or at Disneyland better, but I honestly felt like my neck was jerked around a lot more. Like,
Yeah, they're both very jerky, I feel like. That's at least I remember it that
yeah,
way.
I would
But
say, oh
yeah,
wait, did you say name age?
I did.
Oh, okay, good. Um, my name's Anna. I'm 21, and my favorite ride, I'm gonna go for the nostalgia factor. My favorite ride is the Peter Pan ride.
So
Um,
good.
it's just like, it's just so, I don't know. It's so short. Like, I wish it wasn't so short, but just the whole concept of like being in the flying ship and like and it's slightly different in Disneyland versus Disney World. I think I like the Disney World one better because it's more nostalgic. But like, I don't know, just the vibes. Peter Pan's not even my favorite Disney movie, but it's just the vibes. It's kind of funny though because I didn't realize that it's. I thought I was like so unique. It's so underground for liking the Peter Pan ride. Like I thought I was like hashtag underground. Um, but when I went to Disney World and Disneyland in the past few months, it's one of the longest waits
Yeah,
out of
the
like
lines say
the
otherwise.
little out of the chill rides, out of like the not scary rides. It's like the longest wait, and I hate that. But I guess it's
My
nostalgic
favorite
for
part was
everyone.
always the mermaids.
Yeah, I like the mermaids. I like when you're looking over London.
Yes.
I like at Disney World when you go over the dog, Nana, and you see the outside of their house.
Oh yeah. No, honestly, my favorite part of or Peter Pan in general is the mermaids because I feel like in every sort of movie, the mermaids are always like cool and nice, but I like how like the ones in Peter Pan are kind of sassy. It's funny.
Yeah. All right, next up for icebreakers is our music shout out, which speaking of music shout out, we have a playlist called the Telepathy Playlist. And if you go to our Instagram at the Telepathy Pod, and follow us first,
So
then
true.
click on our click on our highlight called like Telepathy Playlist, and we have a story post where it takes you to a link directly to our Spotify playlist. So it's where we've literally put like all of our shout outs. Um, and we have really good music taste, so you should just check
It's
it out. I'm
so
just
good and
saying.
underground. Like you guys just wouldn't get it until you listen to this
So
telepathy
good.
playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, we're literally insufferable. But my music I just like laughed and then like choked. I'm sorry if I just like coughed in your ear if you're listening with headphones, but my music shout out is the song Matador by Love Cat. I think I found it on like a Fresh Finds Spotify playlist or like some sort of like Discover Weekly or like just like one of those playlists. And it's
Mm-hmm.
actually her only song on Spotify, but it's really good.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's gonna be in the playlist if y'all want to check it out. Also,
Cool.
wait, why am I literally gonna
Mine.
plug that Genre Fluid 2 comes out July 19th?
Oh
So
yeah.
that's just like a forthcoming music shout out for you guys.
Yay. That's so soon.
I know, I'm
Yay. So
excited.
excited.
It's definitely like wackier, but like I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where like music isn't my main thing, you know what I mean? Like it's not something that
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of just like create what feels right at different times.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one
Well,
it just
and
kind
I
of
feel
came
like
together.
yeah, I feel like that's when the best music comes is when you aren't like trying
Right. Cuz
too hard to
obviously
like get
like
famous.
music production is obviously my thing. Like I love that and I've been loving that for a while. But like
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like vocals and stuff, like I'm not a singer, but like it just came together in such a fun way and so I'm really
Mm-hmm.
excited.
Yay. My music shout out is really random. It's called Born Slippy Nux by Underworld. um,
That is
it's
niche.
like it's kind of just like this remix like club type music. Like I saw it in like a TikTok edit of of like I think it was in this movie called Train Spotting, and there's like a Blur song. It all comes back to
It
Blur,
all comes back to
basically.
Blur.
There's like a Blur song in Train Spotting too, so it's like an edit of the singers, including the singer of Blur, like at Cannes Film Festival in like 1992 or whatever.
It's so specific.
And it was the song in the TikTok, and I was like, "This is good." So I went and listened to it, and it's just good. Um,
Yay, so it's like
uh,
EDM kind of.
Sort of. It's kind of like it sounds like it almost sounds like a Killers song
Oh,
remix, but
okay.
it's not a Killers song.
That's cool.
But I added it to my playlist called Club Anna, and the name of the
Clana.
club is my yeah. Well, the name of the club is my name spelled backwards. But yeah, it's my
Oh,
like
that's
club
funny.
playlist.
Oh my gosh. I just got it. I was like Anna backwards and I was like, oh my gosh. I love that though. Sometimes like a
So
little club
funny.
banger will just like scratch like I want to
Yeah.
hit the club classics. Club
Yeah, yeah. I was just
classics.
wait, telepathy because I was just about to say when I go to the
To the club
club,
I
I
want
want to
to hit
hear
the
the club
club classics.
classics.
Oh,
Club
so telepathy.
classics. I want to dance with me. I want to dance with
I want to dance with
I
AG,
want to
or
dance with George.
I want to dance to AG, I guess. But yeah, oh my gosh, we should start like a podcast called Telepathy.
Wait, that would be such a good idea because we're always like kind of saying the same thing at the same time.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
write that down.
Yeah, we literally finished each other's sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh my gosh, wait, I don't know the next lyric, I'm not gonna
I've
lie.
never met someone who thinks the same as me.
Love is an open door. That's the only I don't know if that's the next lyric. It's been way
You're
too
supposed to
long
say
since I've seen
jinx,
Frozen.
jinx
Jinx,
again.
jinx. Oh yeah, jinx,
Jinx
jinx again.
again.
Okay, yeah, I
Okay.
do know that then.
Do you have any like movie or TV shout outs for the week since you were on a
Um,
Delta airplane? Or did you
no,
edit?
there was no TV screens, and then on the way there, I edited.
What?
The way back,
Or wait, no, you're on American. Oh wait, you're on American Airlines.
yeah, I don't know if that changes anything. We still had no screens the way there and the way back. So the way there, I edited, and then the way back, um, let's get through the things first, and then we can talk about the way back.
Okay.
It
Well, I
wasn't like
think we got through all
terrible.
the
It
things.
was, but like it wasn't. Like I'm being dramatic.
I think we got through all the things, so that might have been a good segue.
Oh, yeah, because I guess the next segment is like a
I didn't
recap,
have any movie
but
shout
like
outs.
literally recap is our episode.
Yap and recap,
So
yeah.
yeah, we went to LA to visit Anna in your humble abode in Chemois, or I guess Chevois. Wait, what is my
Chez toi.
Chez toi? Yeah, I don't know any French, so I don't know why I even attempted that, but we flew home like last night slash this morning. It was a red eye flight, and tell me
Oh my
why
gosh.
every time I go on a
Wait, so
like,
you haven't. I guess you've only taken a nap since. Wait, you said you took a nap, right?
yeah, I did,
Okay.
but I did
I
not
was like, you've
sleep.
been conscious.
I
At
slept
first, I was
maybe.
like, you've been. Sorry.
No, we
We keep talking. This is why it's called telepathy, because
because we just
we can't
keep
talk
like
individually.
finishing each other's sandwiches. Um,
That's what I was gonna say. Okay.
I've never wait. I forgot the.
No. We're just like, no.
So you were gonna ask like, have I not slept last night? No, I didn't.
I was gonna say like you've been conscious since I said bye to you last night, but like
Oh my
I mean you've been
gosh.
conscious, but like you were. Wait, are you unconscious when you sleep?
I don't think so, because I think you'd be like
Or
dead.
you're conscious? Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
like in
Scratch
REM.
that.
Yeah, actually, we'll just not. I'm gonna make myself look stupid if I. Um.
Yeah.
Oh wait, life update. The AP scores came out. That was a bad segue.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
like the people posting all their scores are annoying and stuff, but I do have to say, I literally got a 4 on
Wait, why are
pre-calc.
people posting their
No, people would be like, "Oh my
scores?
gosh, got a 5," and it's like,
Well, I guess you're posting. Never mind. You're posting this on a podcast. So it's kind of
I
the
know, but
same.
like I'm just telling you guys that I got a 4 in pre-calc just for like the shits and giggles of it, because we know that that class was terrible for me, and the curve must have been sexy because I don't. I mean, I felt like actually okay about the exam, which is the crazy part, but I passed all my exams. I'm not going to be like, guys, here's the screenshot of all of my scores, but I did pass all of them, so I'm very, very excited to get that college credit out of the way, because like save money, honestly. But okay, the airplane. I'm like, this is why it's called Yap and Recap, because the Yap part is very important.
Yeah. And if you can't listen to us yap, then you might as well just leave now because it's just gonna get worse from here.
Right. Or maybe like put it on low volume and do something else and don't listen. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm just
Don't
kidding.
mess up our watch retention.
Exactly. Okay, but so red eye flight, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I get basic economy and like whatever. And I don't know if like other people are like premium economy or something, but I'm always in the last group to board. I'm always like at the back of the plane, and it's like so annoying. So of course, last group to board this time. And then me and Carolina and I were literally the last row. And so I had the middle seat and she had the aisle
Really?
seat. And so we go in, and there's
Wait,
this.
I thought you guys weren't sitting next to each other.
So me and Kalina and I were. Kirk was not.
Oh,
Kirk
okay.
was at the front. So I guess I don't know, but yeah. So we get to the back of the plane, which is where our lovely seats are, and there's this guy sitting in the aisle, no, the window seat, and already he's like completely man spreaded, like the widest man spread I've ever seen. I've ever
How
seen.
old was he?
Maybe like 20s, I think.
Okay.
Like maybe like late 20s, like I
Okay.
don't know. Anyways,
I just had to put the image in my mind.
exactly. And he had like a hat on and everything, whatever. So I sit down and it wasn't even like I was trying to put my bag under my seat and he couldn't even move his man spread position to let me put my bag under my chair. So I was like already struggling. He just like said nothing and like sat there. And so he was like taking up the armrest to the extent where like he was
Mm-hmm.
in my territory. Like his arm, like it was he like extended his arm in a way where like it was just in my seat basically. So I was just very cramped. Um and then he starts like reading whatever. So he has this like reading light on. Then they turn off all the lights on the plane.
He's so
And then
studious.
he passes out. He's like completely asleep now. And I think he woke up for maybe like two
Must have been a
minutes.
boring book.
No, literally. He woke up like 2 minutes during the flight and slept like the entire rest of it, which like good for you. Wish that could have been me. Which I probably could have if you would just like have let me have personal space and just like sit in a way that doesn't like why are we doing that?
Was his head leaning towards you?
Okay, yes. So he was like leaning kind of towards my side and he had the hat on. So like if I moved in a way like I could feel the hat like hit me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I was so annoyed. And then the lights on the plane
Ugh.
turned off and everybody was like sleeping. So Killian and I were like, okay, like we should sleep. But he had his reading light on, but he was like knocked out. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna
Oh.
turn his light off for him. And I don't know why for some
Uh-huh.
reason I thought that if I turned it off, he was gonna like jump and like be startled and wake up. Cause I was like, I don't know, maybe he needs like a nightlight or something, but I was like, I don't care. So I turned off his reading light and
Okay.
he slept through it. Um, but I was so cramped and I guess the back seat, you can't recline it or anything because the wall is right there. And I normally don't recline anyways
Mm.
because, I want the person behind me to have room. So I was just so cramped, my back hurt. I could not sleep at all. I couldn't even sit in a comfortable position. Like I couldn't really extend my legs. I kind of like bend them down. And it was like a 5-hour flight and I could not sleep at all. And it was just like so
Wow.
uncomfortable. And I literally like just like because he was spreading his legs, like all of his limbs were extended in a way that was like so inconvenient and so just like inconsiderate. And I'm not trying to sound like a Karen who is like, "Ah, let me have my personal space. I would like to sleep on this plane." But genuinely, it was like so annoying. And he did not have to do
Yeah.
all of that. And like, I don't know, I was just like getting on my nerves. And then,
I know
so
planes are like the worst to try to sleep like when I went to France, like on my way to France. It was like a 7 or whatever 8-hour flight and or yeah, like 7-hour flight and I was in the middle. It was like the type of plane with three sections, like 3 rows. And I was in the middle of the middle section and I just had like two people right next to me and I like to sleep with my head tilted one side, but I'm considerate, so I like slept straight, but it just like I can't sleep like that. Like
I know. And if he did that, whatever, it's one thing. But the fact that he had a hat on and it was angled in a way where like if I leaned back, the hat was like hitting my head.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
anyways, so on the way there to California, I edited and stuff. And this time I wanted to get some things done, but I couldn't even pull out my computer. Like it was the type of thing where I couldn't, like I didn't have the room to even get my
Oh,
computer out or like, you know, because my I was just so like squished or whatever. Um,
dang.
so I just listened to music the whole flight and then I listened to a Simone Biles podcast and that was it. And I was just like so I'm like literally still sore. Like my butt hurts and my knees are still like
Mm,
ugh.
dang.
Which I know is a really dramatic story time to spend however long I just spent telling that story, but um
It's entertaining.
exactly. So I guess we should back up now to where to the start of the trip.
Let's start at the very beginning. A
A
very
very
good
good place
place
to
to start.
start.
Um, yeah,
I feel like we
so you
skipped
guys
over that. We
came.
just kind of like randomly started singing. Then we're like, anyways,
That happens like every episode, though. Let's be real.
true, very
Um,
true.
let's see. Yeah, so you guys came to LA on Thursday, which is 4th of July. Um, and the first thing we did was we went to In-N-Out, which give your In-N-Out review.
Um, I don't know. It wasn't bad, obviously, but I guess I just had higher expectations. But then again, it is a fast food restaurant, so it's like, what can you expect? I will say, in terms
Well,
of,
the thing is though, I feel like ooh, that reminds me that I wanted to get Taco Bell tonight.
you did say you wanted Taco Bell
Oh my
today.
gosh, I do.
You so could. I
Mm,
want to say, I'm such an enabler.
I
Like, I
so
fully
could.
support that.
Well, it's only if I get like one thing, it's only like $6, which like I could have spent that on coffee, but I didn't. Like, I don't buy coffee every day. So like why not just buy Taco Bell every day instead?
Right. It's more like substantial
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
to some
But
extent.
yes, I will be getting Taco Bell today, and I'll add that to the compilation of videos I'm filming about going to get things that we talk about during the episode,
Yes.
um, immediately after the episode. So, yeah, see, the thing about fast food, good fast food, you have to make it craveable, and I feel like In-N-Out isn't craveable to me.
I wasn't impressed with the fries. I will say, like,
Yeah.
the burger toppings were good. Like, I've never really seen a fast food restaurant that has, like, onions and, like, there was, like, sauce on it and stuff. So it was like, there was some more flavor, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I'm glad that I tried it just to say that I've been to In-N-Out, but
Yeah.
I'm not, like, raving about it. Like, I'm not telling anybody, go to In-N-Out. You have to try. I feel like
Yeah.
maybe try it once
It
in
was
your
also
life,
like
but
Yeah, for sure. And the one we went to is really pretty. We went to like the retro one at UCLA and it was super cool. Like we should have like done a photo shoot outside of it, honestly.
yeah, and
But
it's definitely a
the
fun thing,
experience is cool.
a fun place to go to when you just hop off the plane at
Yeah.
LAX with a Dream and Anna
Yes.
cardigan.
And it was 4th of July and we got like cherry Coke. You got cherry Coke too,
I
right?
did because Lana.
It's just like it was just so Lana Del Rey to drink cherry Coke um on 4th of July in and out. Like that
How did that
it
even
was just like
start? Like, she has a song called Cola and Cherry, and everybody was just like, Cherry Coke.
it's just I don't know. Also, we should talk about the fact that we basically recreated our LA trip from like 6 years ago because
Yeah.
we came to LA with our two families in 2018, right? 2018.
Yes.
And we came on the exact same day. We landed in the morning on 4th of July. We went to Disneyland on July 5th. Like we kind of just followed the same plot,
And
which
it
was
was
really
completely
funny.
unintentional too, which was the crazy part.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just funny because I feel like you guys got like a totally different perspective of LA, which like I've obviously gotten a different perspective because I've lived here for like a month now. But like I feel like I tried to like get us to do the more local things, like things you would actually do living in LA than like the touristy things that we did back in 2018.
Exactly. Which I guess, we did tour the UCLA campus after that, which is cool to see, but also just a fun reminder that their film program acceptance rate, literally last year, I think it was 1%. So that's
Yeah.
obviously kind of stressful, but, still gonna apply and hope for the best. But it was
Yeah.
definitely really
It's a really
cool.
cool campus. Yeah. Um yeah, the campus is like different than I expected, but it was cool.
Yeah, and then we went to
Um
Chetois.
Yeah, we went to Chez Moi, my house. I love the area that I live in. It's super cool. A lot of like younger people around here and like just a nice residential area.
And then wait, what's the
And
address just for people who want to check it out? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, so it's no, exactly. Let's see, what did we do? So that was 4th of July. So we went to
We tried to go to like Kathy's Corner. Wait, what is it called?
oh right. Okay. Yeah, so where they filmed A Lovely Night in La La Land, we tried to go to that location, which is called Kathy's Corner in Griffith Park, which like at first glance when you Google it, it seems that it's like an accessible place that you can just go to. So like
Think again.
yeah, so first I plugged in Kathy's Corner to Waze, and Waze took me to this random place near like the Griffith Park Zoo. Just yeah, near the LA Zoo and in Griffith Park. And we get there and it's just like a gate that says like you can't go any further. And then on the map it said that you have to like walk up to this trail and we are like, well, it says no going further than this. So then we look on Google Maps and it turns out that Waze took us to the wrong Kathy's Corner.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, okay. So then we go, and it takes us to this cemetery entrance, which is where I originally thought it was, because I had tried to go a few weeks ago by myself, and the cemetery gates closed at 6, and it was after 6. So I was like, oh, I'll just take Carolina, Enzo, and Kirk when they come. Um, so then we get to the cemetery, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is where I thought it was. Like, now we're in the right place. So then we go in because it's still open. And so then we go all the way up, and we land at this like construction site. And we're like, okay, this isn't it, because like in La La Land it's like a paved road and it has a bench and like street lamps and you can see the city. Um, and according to Google Maps, it looked like you had to hike up to this spot. But like it just still, it was like, why do we have to hike? Because in the movie it's like a paved area. So then we like did some research, which we should have done from the beginning, um, of like, we found out that it's like a 2 mile hike to get up to this area, and there's like rattlesnakes and mountain lions or something. And we were like, well, this isn't worth it. And but also I'm still confused because it genuinely looked like a civilized area where they filmed. So I'm confused why.
Right.
I'm it's a mystery to me. Like I'm so confused.
But then I think about it, the little lamppost doesn't really look natural to the area. So I feel like it's definitely like a set thing.
I guess so.
Like the bench too. Like I guess they like brought the bench. The road, maybe the road is like a different part and then it cuts to like a different location. I don't know. It's probably just Damien Chazelle being really
Yeah.
ambitious and being like, I'm gonna film in LA, but I'm gonna do it in a place where like nobody can visit because
It could have,
hashtag
now that I'm
like
thinking about it, it could be like a super high up place, or like it might just be like the best angle to see the quote unquote city of stars below. Wait, hold on a second. I just connected the dots in the name City of Stars. It's like
oh
City of Stars, like nature stars, but also like stars in the sky, but also like City of Stars as in celebrities.
wait, wait, like City of Stars, are you shining just for me? Like,
Wait, which
wait,
one did you think it was? Celebrities or like stars in the sky?
I kind of thought like City of Stars. Like I just thought it was talking about Los Angeles, like lights and just like I never thought of it stars as like Hollywood star kind of way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That just popped in my head.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I'm like mind blown
Yeah.
too.
Oh, wait.
Wait, if we're like really behind and everybody's like listening to this right now and is like, hello,
Yeah.
just
I mean,
ignore
now that
us.
I'm,
But also like this is
I
oh
feel
my
like it's a
gosh,
triple,
wait.
it's definitely like a triple meaning actually, because it's like City of Stars, celebrities. City of Stars, as in like when it's dark, all the lights, like looking down on the valley, all the lights look like stars. And then 3, City of Stars is just like looking up into the sky, stars.
Right. And then like City of Angels, like Los Angeles, but like City of
Yeah.
Stars.
And it, yeah,
Cause
okay.
yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
why.
Maybe okay. Okay.
I
Well,
feel like
that
that
was
was like a
like
stupid revelation, but the fact that you didn't know it either, or like didn't realize it either,
no, yeah. No, I'm like mind blown. I'm probably gonna have to sit in a room after we record and just like
think.
turn off the lights and think about that for like
Yeah,
three
same.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Like life will
Oh
never
my
be the
God.
same. Shout out to people who knew from the beginning that it was City of Stars as in celebrities.
Shout out to you guys because you cracked the code, and I guess we didn't, or you did crack the code just like 7 years
Yeah,
later. Wait, oh my God, the movie's
I know,
seven
that's
years old.
crazy. The fact that we saw that movie in theaters is so funny to me because we were just like little babies. Like,
No, I remember feeling so, I was like, I'm going to see like La La Land. Like, this is like a grown up, like jazz musical. Like, yeah, I'm in fourth grade, but yeah, I'm singing La La Land.
4th grade, that's so funny.
But I'm telling you, as soon as the first girl in the yellow dress, as soon as she got out of the car and started singing, I was like, this is it. Like, this is like,
Yeah, no, like
it was like something clicked and then I was
yeah, no, like I
born.
felt my brain develop like 50% more when I walked out of the movie theater that day.
Yeah. Like,
Like I felt like I knew what life was meant to be.
like obviously my frontal lobe hasn't fully developed yet, but I feel like in that moment my frontal lobe like came to be. Like I didn't have a frontal lobe before.
True, that's the perfect way
I
to
did
put it.
pass psychology,
That's the
guys.
perfect way to put it. Yes. La La Land gives you your frontal lobe. Like
Like it doesn't develop it, but like it gives it to you.
it like bestows your frontal lobe upon you. But yeah, it just
I
yeah.
can't.
But where I was getting at was I think maybe he chose that location because maybe it was just the best angle to show the city of stars below.
And I guess maybe because it's not like, maybe if you're an LA local, it's not something that you'll see and you'll immediately recognize, like, oh, that's this spot. It's kind of like, wait, where's that?
Yeah, exactly. So next up, after oh my gosh, we have to talk about Alicia Marie.
Oh my God,
I
our
forgot
tangents are
about
crazy.
this.
We have to talk about, wait, is this like
We're
bad
still
to,
on the first day. No, no, we should just talk about it.
okay, so we're walking through a neighborhood. Let's start there.
And we came
And
across a house.
just Alicia Marie, not Alicia Marie,
Whoa.
but like
How did we find that? How did we come
our
across it?
place of residency. And like, let's just
Allegedly.
allegedly, let's just please preface this alleged story. We are not creepy. We're not stalkers. Um, oh my God, this is like embarrassing to admit. Like, we ruined our chance of like inviting Pretty Basic on here?
How will they find this though? Like what are the
True.
odds that they're gonna click on this episode and get this far into it?
Alicia Marie, we love you. And
And
just
your house is
seeing,
so cool.
this is so bad. Just seeing, a area relative to where you film your videos a lot, just seeing somewhere in that vicinity was really cool.
Yeah.
And um, we did
And
not come close
possibly,
or violate any trespassing laws because that would be terrible.
yeah,
Wait, that's not sarcastic. That is not sarcasm. Wow, I'm uncomfortable.
we also definitely didn't notice any sort of automotive vehicle that transports one of your friends to
That
and
starts with a
from.
that starts with an R and ends with the M-E and kind of
A-
sounds like what you go into when you're like sleeping really good.
And it's like also the name of the rat in Ratatouille.
Yeah. Um, I hope your 4th of July party was good.
That was funny. But yeah, that was like
Wait,
the next thing we did that day.
is anybody ever going to be able to listen to us again? Are they like, I can imagine hearing this and being like, you didn't. Like, you didn't. We didn't,
No,
though.
I think I think it's a normal thing to do. Like
We're not
my family
creepy.
drove past Taylor Swift's parents' house in Nashville. Like I feel like that's something that tourists literally do in LA and
Okay,
Nashville is drive
true.
by celebrity houses.
No, I
Although
remember like
Alicia Marie's slightly different.
snorkeling and talking to this guy in Barbados, and he was just like, "Yeah, like we're going to Rihanna's house after this." So I'm like, maybe I feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, but
Um
yeah, I hope the 4th of July event
Party
was,
was
fun. I think
so
our
then
invites got lost in the mail.
yeah, we
I hope
got
it was
there and then we were
fun.
like, "Oh shoot, where's our invite? Like we can't get in." So, for 4th of July fireworks, I decided that it would be fun to so there's this lake slash park called the Echo Park Lake, and it's a really cool area. Little bit too much goose poop, I will say, but overall a really cool area. And there's the best thing about Echo Park Lake is that there's these swan boats, and they're like paddle boats that you can rent for an hour for like $13 a person, which is like a pretty good price, especially at night, because at night it's just like so beautiful because they have these light strips around the swan boats and it lights them all up and it just looks so pretty. Um, so we rented a boat at like 9:15ish, 9:12 to be exact, and we just like went onto the lake and watched the fireworks, and it was amazing because there were just fireworks all around. It's not just like one fireworks show that you were watching because there's not one directly at the lake. It was just like you could see fireworks around the whole city. It was like so pretty. Also, when we were driving there,
Wait, are fireworks banned in LA?
well, apparently, yeah. So I found this out. So when we were driving to Echo Park, we were driving on this kind of like elevated highway, like we could see down into the valley below, the city of stars, if you will.
Yes.
And it was so cool because all around us, you see all these fireworks popping up just from individual houses. And like at any given time, there was a firework going off. It was like honestly, the coolest thing ever. Um, And I was like, dang, this is cool. Like LA must really have loose firework restrictions and like they must really love their fireworks and all that. And then like a few days later, I found out that actually LA just tightened their fireworks restrictions and all those
Oh.
fireworks we saw were like protests of or like boycotting the or like protesting the firework law.
Oh wait, that's weird.
Yeah. Which honestly like I mean, I get the fireworks are dangerous and stuff, but like they're just so pretty. And on 4th of July they're so pretty.
I have so many mixed feelings about fireworks because yes, they're pretty, but also the noise is like,
Yeah.
ugh.
But it's worth it. I mean, obviously, I don't think fireworks. Honestly, I think fireworks should be illegal, except on 4th of July, I think they should be legal because that was just such a
Yeah,
cool experience seeing all the fireworks going off at the same time. Like, I've never seen
yeah.
that before.
And maybe on like
Also,
Katy Perry's birthday or something, we can allow them.
true. So yeah, we like sat on the lake and we watched. We should tell the story about the lady who cut in front of us.
Oh yeah, she cut in front of us and was like wearing these boots that looked like they were from 2014. Um, and yeah, she just cut in front of us, and then
And she couldn't
I
get her
was
life
like,
jacket on.
yeah, and then I was like trying to like paddle towards her on the swan boat to like give her a piece of my mind because it was a long day of traveling, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, day two.
Yay, we finally made it.
We
Day two
finally
is
made it to
Disney.
Disneyland, and that was a lot of fun. Like it. Disney is such it like heals something inside of you.
Yeah.
Like I kind of see the appeal of being a Disney adult. Like I feel like
It's like your life resets when you go to Disney. It's almost like the La La Land phenomenon,
yeah,
but it's like when you go to Disney, it's like you walk out and you're like, okay, I can start a new chapter of my life. Like
it's like a
everything's good
software
again.
update.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah, like obviously like Disney adults, we've seen, we've heard, we know. But like, I mean, I'm not even an adult, so I'm not a Disney adult, but I love Disney, and it was so like it's so magical. Like I do want to see Elsa on a float. No, I don't care how
Yeah.
old I am. Like
I know. I was like it's kind of embarrassing how much I would freak out when I saw a character. I'm like, oh my gosh, Alice! Oh my gosh, Belle!
no, we were like eating lunch, and we were like, oh my gosh, it's Miguel. Like
Yeah,
it's
we saw
Mama Imelda.
Miguel.
Like everyone look
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, it's like literal celebrities. Who else did we see? Yeah, we saw Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff. We saw like I
Tiana, there
saw
was
I freaked out when I saw Rapunzel and Flynn Rider on their float on the lake. I could like barely see them, but I could just tell it was them. Saw
yes,
like Sleeping Beauty and her whatever her prince is.
Prince
Prince
Charming.
Irrelevant. No,
Wait,
that's
no, that's Cinderella.
Cinderella's.
Prince.
Prince Irrelevant.
Prince.
It's like Prince Philip. Oh, Prince Philip.
Prince
We
Philip.
saw Rey and Finn from Star
The
Wars.
Star Wars ride. The
Yeah.
first one we went on, so the Rise of the Resistance one. Oh my gosh, it was like an experience. Like I
If
literally
yeah.
when it finished, I was like, do I give a standing ovation? Like who do I like I feel like there needed to be credits
And
that
like
like
waiting
went
in
off.
line is so worth it because it's literally like a 20-minute experience.
Right.
Which
And even the workers were in
yeah.
character.
Yeah, which makes it annoying for it to be a 20-minute experience when you just want to do the ride part, but like for the first time around it was amazing.
Yeah, because basically you get captured by like the first order or whatever. And then you go into this room and there's all the stormtroopers. And then like the employees are in character because they're supposed to be like um first order, you know,
Officers or whatever, I don't know.
officers, yeah. And they're like, how many in your party? Four? Okay, stand over there. Like it's just very much like you are like prisoners. And it was like
Yeah.
so it was so I was almost like scared. I was like, wait.
Yeah, no.
Um,
And then like you get in the ride and it's kind of like a fast moving bowl that you're in, like a little car thing. And oh, I think it's technically a robot. Like there's a robot attached to your car, yeah, droid. And you just like there's a huge amount of space that you cover because you're moving pretty fast and like it's just this whole warehouse that you go through basically, but it's like made to look like the first order ship. And it's actually like crazy how much space you cover in this ride. Space, no pun intended.
Oh my
And
gosh.
haha, and you basically like kind of watch Kylo Ren as he like starts to take over things, and the best part is that at the end there's this huge drop, or not huge drop, but like you go into this elevator and it's kind of like a mini Tower of Terror where it only drops like 3 or 4 floors, but it
But it
feels
comes out of
so
nowhere because you can't
fast.
see, obviously. Like, there is a floor
Yeah,
below you, but it's like the floor is dropping. So it's
yeah.
like,
Oh, that's like the first time I felt something in so long. Like,
oh, that was like the software update really just installed.
yeah, exactly. That ride was awesome. If you're going to Disneyland soon and you haven't done that, you have to do it. And also, like, if you're not a roller coaster person, still do it because I'm not a roller coaster person and I loved it. Like, it's not scary. It's not like scary as a ride. It's fun.
Also, Alicia Marie literally went to Disneyland and went, like, posted the
Two
Rise of the
days
Resistance
after
on her story
us.
2 days after.
Crazy.
It's okay. It's okay,
That
guys.
was crazy.
Alicia
When
Marie,
I
we love you.
when I opened her story and saw that, I was like, "There's no way,
There's no way.
no way."
Could you imagine if we like saw her on the ride, but like during the part where we're like prisoners? Like, could you imagine we like literally meeting Alicia Marie and then they're like,
On your ride.
they like start yelling at you like in character.
Imagine being like in the ship with Alicia Marie as like you're being transported to the
Yeah.
other star,
I think I'm too much of a parasocial to move to LA.
literally.
So Disneyland, I feel like we should probably speed up the trip because we're still on day 2.
Yeah. Yeah, Disneyland was great. We were there till like midnight, but it was still so busy at midnight or like at 11 p.m.
We were really clowned. We were like, the lines are gonna be gone at 11
Well,
o'clock, or no, it was 10 like 55.
cuz we spoke from experience. Like when we went 6 years ago, it was like that.
Yeah, same day and everything too.
Yeah.
But what time did we get in line for Space Mountain the last time?
The last one we got in line at like 10:45 or 11, and then yeah, it was 10:45 and we got off at 11:45. So it was
Yeah,
exactly an hour.
and it was really close to the parks closing too. But also there were so many people behind us. So I wonder
Oh
if they
my
had to
gosh.
like turn them away.
And when we left the park, we accidentally went out the wrong way and they made us go back through security. And it was really comedic because this family was like in front of us that also had to go through security. And they spent like the longest time taking the stuff out of their bags. And then like the bag check guy was really thorough and he had to check in like every crevice of every bag. And this family had bought like so many souvenirs bags that
No,
they had
now
to get checked.
I see why they have gift shops at every ride because they bought so much. Like, how
Like
much
there
money
are
did they
people who
spend?
buy that. And then speaking of money, they like had all these spare coins in their pockets. Each of them had like a handful of spare coins in their pockets. They all had to dig out to put on the table before they went through the metal detector. And then they finally went through. It took like 10 minutes and then we finally got through and got to go on our
We just needed
actual
to go through
shuttle.
security again to get to the other side because we got out on the wrong side.
Mhm.
And then when I went through the metal detector, it like went off and he was like, oh, like step through again. I was like, okay. And then it went off again. And then he was like, huh, it's coming from like around your neck area. I was like, maybe it's my necklace. He was like, huh, I don't know. And then he spent like another 45 seconds like waving the metal detector and he's like, I guess it is your necklace. And I was
It's
like,
like duh.
oh my gosh,
No
really? Like
way. A piece of metal on my
if
neck.
if the security was that long of a process throughout the entire day, the lines would be crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, so we got home at like
Yeah.
1, which is a
Oh,
kind of like a reoccurring thing.
we get home at 1 and then Kirk starts taking a shower and I'm in my room and I start hearing this like dripping noise and I'm like, what is that? So I open my closet and the ceiling is dripping and the ceiling is directly under the shower. And so I ran upstairs and I was like, Kirk, stop. Like, turn the water off. It's leaking. Because I was scared that like the floor was going to fall through or something because it was so like wet. And then, yeah, so now there was a leak in my shower. And I was like, oh my gosh, are we just not going to be able to shower the rest of the weekend? Like, what's going to happen? But we just ended up showering the rest of the weekend and I just put a bin under it and it was fine. And like, it really didn't drip that much. And then actually, the plumber came today and he fixed it. So that was way less climatic. What's the word? That was way.
Catastrophic.
That was more anticlimactic than I thought it was. More. It was anticlimactic. Like I thought it. Yeah, I thought it'd be more catastrophic. Catastrophic. But it was fine.
Okay, day 3. So we kind of had like a late start to the morning, but can I say like I got up early, like basically every day,
Mm-hmm.
and like did my makeup and everything, which is probably good because normally on trips everyone's waiting for me.
True.
So I kind of like tried to give myself a head start, but we went to Alfred's, which is the coffee shop that Alicia Marie goes to. I guess it
Mm-hmm.
just like this episode just should just be called like Alicia Marie.
Yeah.
Like,
we are
um,
parasocials of Alicia Marie.
exactly. So we got coffee and then went to the flea market, which I really liked. And I saw this TikToker
Yes.
there. He does like frat boy POVs. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so LA.
Yeah. And by the way, the flea market is Silver Lake Flea, and if you go to or if you live in LA, which if you live in LA, you know about it. But if you visit LA, you have to go. Like it's the best flea market ever. We all came back with stuff, which was awesome.
Then we went to lunch and
It was
then
quite good. What else did we do that day?
jazz show that night.
Oh my gosh, I meant to make Loudheiser my music shout out as a joke.
Oh my gosh. No, the jazz show was really good. It's just funny because the ticket was like what, like $30 and then you had to buy 2 drinks. And so I was kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, like I'll just get soda. And then I look at the menu and each soda is like 5.50.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh." But we did what had to be done. But the show was really good. It just we got home at 12:30. Like we got home so late every night. It was funny.
Oh wait. The other thing or wait, first tell the story about the CD. The CD thing.
Oh my gosh. So Anna was in the bathroom when this happened, but it was kind of annoying. So the show was really good and all of the band members were so talented and like
Also
were really into the music.
the singer was Elliot Yamin from American Idol season 5, which I texted my mom today about that and she actually knew him. She was like, "Oh
Wait,
my
same.
gosh, I
No, my
remember
mom
him."
knew who it was too.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was before I started watching. And then the bassist was voted by Rolling Stone magazine the number one bassist in 2020, which is so
Yeah.
cool. Which
They
is
were
funny
all
because the
so
band
good.
is kind of just like irrelevant, but like why are two of the members like world renowned? I don't know.
Yeah, but also like I'm not super involved in like the jazz world. So it's like, you know, maybe they're
Yeah.
not irrelevant,
Yeah,
which
maybe.
sounds really obnoxious when like we're an irrelevant podcast. So it's like
True.
it takes
Like
one to know one. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. Wait, why are we being like so not like problematic, but we're just like insufferable in this episode. But
Tell the
anyways,
CD story.
okay, yeah. So the leader of the band, whatever, he was making an announcement talking about how their album was coming out next month and how they had pre-release CDs. And he was like judging by some of the people in this room and then looks directly at our table. He was like, I can tell some of us might not know what a CD is. And I was like, ha ha ha. Like, you are so incredibly funny. Like, it kind of annoys me though, because it's like I had a CD collection growing up and it's like, I don't know. I feel like people always think that they like
Yeah.
just made the funniest joke whenever they make that, but it's like,
My comeback is judging by your age or like
oh
judging
no.
by or like judging by your status as a respectable musician, you should know that you're not going to make money selling CDs anymore.
Yeah, what you should be doing is making a podcast because that's what's hot right now. Sorry about it. No, I'm
So
just
true.
kidding.
So true.
Anyways, the jazz show was really good, contrary to, all of our negative statements that we just made. But it
Yeah,
was
it was
really
really
good and
good.
I
And I
enjoyed it
love
a
it.
lot.
It was at the Baked Potato, which if you live in LA or visit LA, it's such a cool little jazz bar. I love it. And it's new every night, as Sebastian would say. Oh, also on Saturday, the other thing that we didn't mention is that we went to a Capital One cafe,
Oh
which
my
is so
gosh.
random, but like we were just at this mall called the Americana, um, this outdoor mall, and we came across a Capital One cafe, and we're like, wait, why do we kind of like want to go in? And this is not sponsored by Capital One. Although Capital One, if
What's
you want
in
to
your
give,
wallet?
yeah, if you want to give me like a $250 bonus for mentioning you, I'd love that.
250K.
Yes, that's what I meant. Billion, trillion.
Oh,
Um,
trillion. Yeah.
but we went in because we're hashtag Capital One users, and
Not me, but my
we
sister is.
found.
Yay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you better, because like I'm such a Capital One stan now. I spent like 50 minutes on Capital One last night, like looking at all the deals and like just getting my life together. I'm
Oh,
not even
what is
kidding.
in your wallet, guys?
Yeah, no,
Like,
like I'm not kidding. And we got so at Capital One cafes, you get 50% off drinks. So we went in and we got like 50% off. Me and Kurt got 50% off tea, and then Enzo got matcha, which he said was really good.
it was really good.
Yeah. And they had these like games. They had like Connect Four and chess and checkers and tic tac toe. And we played Connect Four for a little bit. And then we were like, what are we doing right now? Like, what? We don't know
Everyone
how
in
we ended
LA,
up
like at the
here.
Hollywood sign at the Griffith Observatory, we're
We're
just
at a
playing Connect
Capital
Four in the
One
Capital
cafe.
One Cafe.
It was a time, and honestly, I think I was gonna plan to go there tomorrow to work remote, but I have something tomorrow, so I think I'll go Thursday and work remote there because the vibes there are just unmatched. Like, I just feel so seen and known there.
Exactly. Okay. Day number 3, we went
No,
to
day
Santa
4,
Monica. Or, yeah, sorry, day 4, Santa
final
Monica.
day. We're
We
almost
saw
done,
a
guys.
seal. I know. We saw a seal. Really
We
cool.
did.
Santa Monica Pier is so overstimulating, but the actual beach was like really relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a little crispy, a little lobstery, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely lather up more than I did because that was a mistake.
Yeah. And yeah, and then we just like went to dinner. We got ice cream, and then I drove you back to the airport, and that is where the story begins if you go back to the beginning of this episode.
Exactly. It kind of loops to the
Yeah,
airport experience, which now
exactly.
looking back, I'm like, why did I start with that? Like, that was like so minuscule compared to the wonders of our LA
Yeah,
trip.
everyone probably like clicked off because that story was so boring and missed all
I
of the
know.
good
Sorry,
stories. No,
guys.
I'm just kidding. It was actually a good
No,
story.
don't manspread on a plane. Or like, I guess you can if you, well, like, obviously not everybody's saying like cross-legged, like you're like sitting, like, but like, when I say manspreading, I mean manspreading. Like,
If
yeah,
your legs are more than parallel, that's too much.
yeah, like if you are making a literal like triangle with your legs, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it comes down to common sense too. Like I think you can tell if you're taking up like you're like
Yeah.
in somebody's personal space.
Yeah.
With that being said, thank
That
you for listening.
was us yapping and recapping.
Yes. Um, thank you for listening to our rant as
Yeah,
well
we
as our
actually
unnecessary jazz show roasts and comebacks.
yeah. And yeah, the reason we have to wrap this episode up is because I have an appointment at Taco Bell in approximately 25
I
minutes.
need to edit this episode so it can come out on time.
True. Yeah, 'cause it comes out. Wait, I forgot that
No,
you're
we're
three
gonna.
hours ahead. It comes out in like 2 hours.
No, yeah. Honestly, I literally brought all my podcast equipment to record in LA. But we really maximized the trip. Like we started the day, and then we got home at like 1 a.m. So
Mm-hmm.
there was like no time to record.
Yeah.
So we're just like, we're gonna do a yap and recap there, which I guess I'm glad, or maybe
What
I'm
would
also
we have?
sad that we didn't do that because then we wouldn't have the airplane story.
Oh,
It was
yes.
just such
Vital
a
to the,
highlight.
yeah, vital to the
Exactly.
podcast. Like, our podcast would crash and burn if it weren't for that airplane story.
Right. So I'm gonna go and edit the podcast and not listen to a CD because I don't know what that is apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you for listening. Follow at the Telepathy Pod on Instagram and stream Loudtizer in the
Tizer, yeah.
band,
The Loudtizer Band.
the Loudtizer band, because they're really good and we
Listen to
can
their
let
new record out August 23rd or
yes
16th.
after you listen to uh Short and Sweet, right? Is that
Yeah.
what? Wait,
It either,
Sabrina.
the Loudtizer one either comes out the 16th or the 23rd. I just don't know. I just know that those are both Fridays.
It comes out, but there's a pre-release CD, so go to the Baked Potato to get your copy if you know what those are.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you next Tuesday for another episode. Rate the podcast so we can go
Adios.
back to 4.9 stars.
So true.
Bye,
Or
guys.
5.0, that would be great.
True.
Bye.
Bye.